expectations in general? I know you've kind of spoken to this a little bit, especially right after the season ended, but do you feel like anything's been raised internally for you guys after the year that you had in 2024?
For sure. I mean, I think our internal expectations are really high. I mean, our goal, we've stated it inside and publicly. I mean, we're playing to win the World Series. I mean, and I think the guys in that room believe in themselves, and based on what we did last year and able to grow on that, we're in a good spot.
And you said that last year too, like you want to win it all. I mean, I guess like after proving that you can, get to the postseason, like how does it change at all going into this year, knowing that like the goal always kind of remains the same year after year?
Well, you got to prove yourself every year, right? It's not we proved whatever we did last year, but that's in the past. Nobody cares that you're competing against. Nobody cares about that. So we got to prove ourselves day by day, going through this course of this whole year. But maybe the belief in themselves is a little bit higher, and I think that's what we want. We want our internal expectations to be higher than what the outside expectations are, individually and as a team.
Do you hear like the external expectations at all? Like, it seems like it's been higher because of what you did last year. I wonder if you, not put any stock into it, but just like hear it and
Sure. I mean, when you look around, I mean, our division's going to be extremely competitive. I mean, I think that's what's exciting is the goal is to win the division first, and then obviously you got to get in the playoffs first. But to compete, it's going to be a tough division, and I think, yeah, you see what moves other teams are making. Everybody feels like they have a chance, and you're trying to be one better than everybody else. But yeah, for sure, you see what's going on around you.
You guys talk a lot about honoring the history of the organization and having Ned Yost come back on the staff as a senior advisor. What does that mean to you and helping you guys on the team?
Well, it speaks volumes to who he is as a person. He's done everything he can do in this game, and for him to want to be back and help and contribute, and he's been as selfless as you would expect, and I think that fits in perfectly with the theme here and the culture and understanding that he just wants to help, and being here and being able to help me, give advice, watch the players, talk to the coaches, and he is in no way trying to insert himself in a spot where he hasn't been, but he's just got a ton of knowledge and he can help us in a lot of ways.
Does he give you any advice?
He's been great. From the day I took the job, in the first phone call with Ned, he's been so gracious and helpful, and really just that same message of any questions, anything you have, I'm not going to get in your way, but I'm here as a resource and I want to do everything I can to help you.
Wanted to ask too about Kyle Wright, just how he's progressed from the rehab. Talking to him like last year, he was throwing a football at this time. Now he's being able to throw a baseball like a real player. I wonder kind of what you've seen from his progression as from rehab to being a normal player now. I
mean, first of all, you got to appreciate the work he's put in. I mean, that was a major surgery, and the work that he and Blummer and everybody has put into. But first and foremost, Kyle. I mean, anybody that's gone through rehab understands there's a physical toll, but the mental toll is worse than the physical toll. And so what he's put in to get back out here, we're just watching him throw the other day. I told him drastically different from what you saw in September, and he was feeling okay in September. There's just going to be constant adjustments and hurdles to clear, whether they're physical or mental. But to get him back out here and just to kind of feel like, okay, there's a chance for him to be on the mound and contributing, and we know how good he was prior, so that's what really drives him and us.
You're talking about watching him throw a bullpen or just playing catch?
Just watching him play catch the other day was head and shoulders above where he was in September.
I think he said he threw a bullpen like a couple days ago. Did you see that at all?
I did not see that one, no.
I know he's scheduled for one tomorrow. So, what kind of role do you see for him, or is it too far away from opening day to tell based on kind of how he's feeling and stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of days between here and there, and like most guys coming back from something, you don't expect it to be completely seamless and be able to just go on a upward trajectory. There's probably going to be some hiccups here and there, but I mean, hopefully he clears and he's fresh to go, and he can just say, hey, I'm good, and he can let it rip, and then we would anticipate him being a normal guy.
What sort of things do you watch for when, you know, a guy's coming back from rehab? Like, is it just the intensity that he's able to throw out, or what are you watching for?
I think it's the apprehension. If there's apprehension, if he's guarding himself, if he's aiming the ball, if he's not recovering the next day, conversations the pitching guys are going to have with him. You know, I think you just have to be in tune. And he's very honest. He's very open. He's been through all of this with us. So I think the communication is what we value more than anything.
The experience that Chris Bubich had operating out of the bullpen last year, how much do you think that can help him as he transitions back to being a normal full-time starter?
Well, that experience could help all of us, right? I mean, he pitched, what he did last year was remarkable. To really never being in that role, to pitch in high leverage in huge spots, really exciting. I think that just his confidence in being able to get the best of the best out in high leverage is going to help him enormously.